Hey everybody, clearing, back home. Here we go. So let's dive into, thank you Divine Creator for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the Divine Masculines? What are the Divine Masculines realizing? What developmental stage are they at regarding these connections? What is their core with what it's bringing up for them? Okay, open to infinite possibility and time for beginner's mind. So it came out in the reverse. That means not necessarily flat out naive beginner, but fresh eyes for this connection. They are seeing that there is infinite possibility because this is an infinite love. It's the real deal. And so they're taking another look at it through that lens. What a beautiful thing. So I'm staring at also this card, I hope you'll wait for me, which I didn't intend on pulling, but it was flipped over, so I'm going to say it. Open to infinite possibility. Let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine's material realm right in front of them that is causing them to see this, or how is that manifesting? How is this infinite potential being brought to the forefront in their material realm at this time? What are the factors? Wow, got the World and the Ten of Pentacles both kind of in the reverse, fell out kind of like that. What this tells me is the things that they thought they were going to access aren't panning out. You know, like hollow, the ways of the world, the success, the definitions of success in the world, those things lackluster, I just heard. So the only way they can create the feeling that they want to achieve is to open to a broader cosmology and to see things beyond just the physical realm. And that, in the same motion, gives permission to this divine connection, because it suddenly holds them accountable to the energetic knowing they have that the love is real here. Their hearts won't be in anything other than this connection. And so everything of material realm origin, pursuit, will pale in comparison to this taste of the cosmic that they've had in this connection. I just heard gone are the times when we meet a once-in-a-lifetime connection like this and then lament over it until our deathbed out of circumstances. We don't have circumstantial excuses as a binder like in previous generations where there was more necessity to buckle down and accept what we were given. We don't have to do that so much anymore. So we can actually deviate from the norm and create something that is truly extraordinary instead of almost good enough. So yeah, Divine Masculines are seeing that they will never find something so life-affirming as this connection elsewhere. None of the templates of the world include this level of life-affirming energy. So let's see what the Divine Feminines are being asked to do energetically in response to that message. Communion, contemplation, higher mind. So specifically right now, Divine Feminines, go into a meditation of what you think or what you can be shown the potentials could be in this connection. This is a time to really intend to be shown infinite possibilities, this higher mind, this extraordinary glimpse into what life could look like if it were heaven on earth. Because at this time the veil is thin and your divine counterpart will likely be able to meet you in that energy, is what I'm hearing. What's going to come in the connections in the near future, the next few weeks, relative to this infinite potential coming in? Progress and deepening beyond just the sexual connection. So there is a safekeeping. The masculine here has been letting it sink in that you, divine feminine, are their choice. And so they don't want to be hot and cold, on the fence, flimsy energy anymore. They do want to deepen this. They want to take this connection to safe harbor. So you meeting them in this innovative meditation kind of energy is like your vote of confidence. When they tune into you, they're going to be sensing your desire to progress. That's going to be calming this. Your receptivity is going to be calming the anxiety to come forward. And it's your worthiness and self-love that's really showing you this deep peace, divine feminines. Okay, so let's see. Time for beginner's mind. What can we know about the divine masculines with the beginner's mind? Not starting naive and ignorance is bliss kind of thing, but including what they've learned on this journey, and yet seeing the connection in a radically new, progressive way. Oh, okay, so the growing passion. They're seeing they don't have to hold back for the rest of their life. Like, this connection used to be like, maybe they thought maybe not in this lifetime, but where there's a will, there's a way. Unconditional love is the foundation here, and they just can't turn off the passion here. They are still being pulled, and so they're now befriending that magnetic pull towards you, divine feminine, and they're starting to work some core issues in why they haven't been allowed to come forward, why they haven't been allowing themselves to see that this connection is viable. They are beginning to see that through unconditional love, all things are possible, and the passion just won't quit. They just can't put this down. So that is their biggest telltale sign, that they need to have a fresh look at why this connection just keeps turning them on. I heard. Okay, what do the feminines need to know about what we just saw there? Cards on the floor. What was it? I don't want to bend down and get those. Okay. Feminine's advice: seal of individuality, authenticity, uniqueness, and integration. So yes, whatever it is about you, that you are that rare diamond, divine feminine, your masculine is actually allowing that to be a gift to you, to him, them, sorry, take gender how it resonates, to the connection. You are literally just meant to revel in that there is no one like you. You are the only one of you, and they're not going to find you anywhere else. And that, you know, sometimes that's from a diva attitude, like, you won't find me anywhere else. And that's ego. But this is divine feminine. Breathe that in. You are a rare, rare being of light, and your counterpart is literally not going to find you anywhere else. They may look for you in every other source in this world, and at the end of the day, there is just one. So let that sink in. Allow that to soften your heart, rather than say you won't find anyone else, you know, in that bad attitude. I don't know how to express that. I think you know what I mean. So what's going to be happening in these connections with beginner's eyes? Oh, divine masculines, Knight of Cups and King of Cups. The emotional transparency, emotional availability is coming in. The masculines are not going to be deluding themselves. A new layer of you being their perfect match is coming to the forefront. And they're going to be seeing this hollow material realm. This previous direction is going to have a course correction. They're going to see how hollow their previous pursuits are compared to the sheer amount of love, passion, heart, and soul they feel with you. They are not going to find the same aliveness and connection they have with you anywhere else. They know this, and everything they were working towards before has taught them many lessons, but it has not produced this heart and soul. It's been a snapshot, like how they say that photographs steal the soul. It's been an image that they've been trying to achieve, and they realize now they've got to go for the soul, and then a work of art more beautiful than any image they could conceive of will emerge. I just posted some pictures that my daughter took on our crystal mining, and it's just such a fresh perspective, you know, like just through the eyes of a child taking some photos. It's different than the rules and regulations. Say if you have a preconceived notion of what the photo should look like beforehand instead of just seeing with open eyes what's there. All right, that is a beautiful freshness coming in. What can we see for the divine masculines? How are they consciously thinking of these connections and of their divine feminine? What are the masculines feeling on the heart space and directly towards you, divine feminine? What are you, divine masculines, working on in your own lives and towards these connections? What are the divine masculines doing at this time in their own lives and towards these connections? Biggest challenge, solution, direction in the near future. And I'm going to get through the Hermetic Tarot some words from the divine masculines about all of this. So conscious mind, 10 of Wands. So they're seeing how there's some burdens in their lives that they never have to engage with again. This is the karmic burden that we've amassed, and we're ready to put it down to lighten the load. Less is more, but we have to get to the more and more and more and way more in order to just say enough is enough. The masculines are at an enough is enough. I'm tired of being an island. I'm tired of keeping people at bay. I'm tired of having to be the right one, the sane one, the stable one. Divine masculines, let love in. You don't have to go it alone. You can actually find solace in the arms, in the love, in the physical sharing of time and space with your feminine. So yeah, they are starting to feel like they can't, it's not that they can't do more, because they can. They've learned their capacity. They're understanding they don't have to. They don't need to prove themselves anymore. They've gotten to that recognition of self, and they don't have to keep going at this breakneck pace, at least, and keep love out. They have reached a capacity, but they don't have to push love away to keep striving for that goal anymore. This is something that only can be found in maturity, where there's nothing to prove and they really just want to have tenderness with someone. What can we see? Consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Exactly. They don't want to keep going over there, over that next mountain all by themselves. The views are beautiful, but you're not there kind of energy. This is like climbing the mountain and seeing this beautiful view and then missing divine feminine. So yeah, this is the multidimensional aspects, the velvet, the texture, the love, the nuance that can be included if it's both hard work, diligence, and inclusion of love. What would they say about this? I can't even look at you right now. I'm just getting, because they're so busy, so burdened that they don't have time. They've realized they've not made a life where they've had time to include a love like this. And that's a big game changer, because they're starting to see that they've gotten, the elastic band has pulled as far from love as they can in their own 3D breakneck pace. And why shouldn't they have a little tenderness also Everything in extremes is imbalanced. And so there's a coming back around, saying they don't have to be so driven, so focused to the exclusion of love. And it is impressing on them that they can't even look at you, Divine Feminine, right now, because they've been specializing in so much capacity. What are they thinking about you specifically? 3 of Wands. They're not sure what the future will hold. For some, they feel like they may have lost you. They may have taken on so much burden that they don't know how to reach you from where they have discovered they have gotten to here. And so they're kind of surrendering to the fates, to the divine plan. Allowance came out in the reverse. So they know that they could come back around, but they are like, how do I begin? Where do I start? Many have been planning this for a little while, I just heard, conscious of this fact that they have let go, that you have let go, that there is a balance here. But this card, allowance, the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. It's quite fascinating because in this, these cards say the same thing. The 3 of Wands in the reverse to me is a letting go of expectations. And so this has shown me, for many divine masculines, they let go and you're still there, divine feminine. And that's a beautiful thing indeed, because they've realized that even when they let go, you're still love. That's making me misty. So yeah, divine masculines, your divine feminine loves you so much that no matter what beginnings and endings you think you're achieving, their love is still there. It remains. And we saw that passion with the Knight of Wands a couple times in the beginning of the reading, where that is felt by the masculines. They cannot dismiss that this passion is still here, even though there have been beginnings and endings and cycles and unconditional love. Yes, exactly. So they would say they now know this is unconditional love. They're accepting that on a deeper level. You know, if we are honest, every cycle in these connections that seems to have an ending, sometimes we fear that means forever, but in these connections it does not. Every cycle that we have that way shows the unconditional love, but this one feels different to me. This feels like, with the 9 here as well, that we're moving once and for all out of this idea that these connections are temporary into the eternal love, where it's being integrated into both counterpart, that this connection just simply doesn't end, and that it is available through unconditional love. And so there is this sense of not fighting it anymore, not resisting it, and just watching the expansion, watching the growth that's happened here. So the masculines are consciously seeing that growth in you, that growth in them, the growth in the connection, the unconditional love here. I'm keep hearing on the side as I'm saying this, that the masculines are saying you had so many opportunities to call them out, to berate them, to criticize them, to judge them, divine feminines, and you just loved them anyways. That's really hitting the masculines right now, that no matter what they've done, no matter what this connection has been through, you have not dampened, you haven't hit the jugular. Just heard, you've loved them. You have been kind. You have been consistent. You haven't gone Jekyll and Hyde. For some, I want to say, in all tenderness, with an open heart, some of you just heard what I said and you have realized that you have been very karmic. Forgive yourself for that. I am not here to tell you if that means that the person that you have been karmic with is your divine counterpart or not. Only you know that. However, for many who have been very, very karmic, with their counterpart, it was a karmic partner. So just forgive yourself. There is a growing message I keep hearing in the YouTube community with other readers, myself. You'll see it back in some of my messages. But if you're uncertain whether it's a karmic partner or your counterpart, when you come to these crossroads where you know that your personal accountability can up level, if you do that work, your twin will come closer to you. If you do that work and you go apart, open your life and your consciousness to what is for you that may not be that person, because that might show that it was a karmic partner. If that happens, you will have peace. Eventually, that connection will fall away. If it's your twin, you will miraculously start aligning on a deeper level. So that can be a good indicator. Either way, you are the common denominator, and you need to heal, you need to level up, you need to balance out, and that will show you if it's your twin or a karmic situation. Just a side note there. So the masculines are seeing that message. Good for you, divine masculines, because when you clear the slate, when you wipe out that old energy cycle that wasn't working or serving the higher good in the connections, and the connection is still there, that's a big indicator that unconditional love is there. So what else did I hear? A while ago it was, if you break someone's heart and they still treat you the same as they did before, they really loved you. That just hit so deep. So divine masculines are allowing these connections because they feel like they very well could have broken your heart, divine feminines, and you have treated them no different than before. And that is completely impressing on them that this is unconditional love. Wow. Okay, heart space, divine masculines for the feminines. 9 of Pentacles. This is the lady in waiting card, or the person in waiting in the garden before that empress or emperor comes in. So this is beautiful because on the heart space, they know that you've both prepared beyond codependency, that this connection has been showing them that they don't have to have the fear that causes the yo-yo effect of codependency. Tantric journey. The frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and another. So whether you've made love or not, the intimacy that the two of you share has helped create wholeness. They are forever eternally grateful for this process of wholeness and this becoming. For those who have shared sensual experiences, which would be the majority of twin flames, there is a tantric energy exchange here that has been formed, that has been alchemizing this connection secretly for many behind the scenes. Friends, family don't necessarily know about a lot of these connections because they are so pure, because they have been protected, because they are just between you and your counterpart, and they've been growing and becoming secretly, creating these extraordinary humans in a way that you can't really tell others because they're not on that tantric journey with this pure level of flowing connection between the two. I'm being asked to talk about a meditation I was given. It has the same colors as this in a way. It's violet flame and magenta. And I have seen it where counterparts can stand facing each other. Energetically, you can do this with a person. But that you cycle the violet flame in the infinity symbol between the two, and it goes up violet, and then each counterpart energizes it with the high heart, causing this fiery hot magenta, and then that's sent over and it cools, and then it's up to the other counterpart to bring in the divine inspiration to make it magenta. And that's the gift out into the world from each of the counterparts. But this love, this violet flame of transmutation, Saint Germain, cycles eternally between the two, and then we are each inspired. It's not the other person that brings that extra magenta energy, the high heart energy into the world. It's our free will choice to take the love that's already there and enliven it further into this material realm. And that is the act of this Nine of Pentacles. I don't want to lose you. Who would? Whoever you can meet in this level of energetic exchange, this purity, this wholeness, why would you ever want to lose that? That is a firm foundation here. I'm seeing 424 in those numbers. A palindrome of Four of Wands, and the two shall become one. So there is the foundation of the four, and the two. Yes, so there's wholeness meets wholeness equals this next level tantric exchange. And this is causing the masculines to say, I just don't want to lose you. This is the love of a lifetime. I don't care what I thought my life was going to entail, what it was going to look like. I've found better. I want progress. The passion won't die. It's better than what I first imagined. This is unique. I'm never going to find this anywhere else. I'm going for it. Wow. Okay, masculines, what are they feeling on the heart space for their counterpart? Oh, the Lovers. The Lovers and kindness. Yes. You know, beyond the body, beyond the face. At the end of the day, wouldn't you want to grow old with someone who's kind to you, who's got your back, 2 peas in a pod? All the physical stuff will diminish. No matter who you are, you won't be the same as when you were young. You know, the time will come, and kindness is what really counts, what really matters. Divine masculines are realizing there is nobody that is on their team like you are, divine feminine. They have never met anyone that has been so kind and represents that level of true care, nurture, interest, intimacy, patience, all the things love is. Love is patient, love is kind. So the masculines know that they've never been gifted this level of adoration, appreciation. They know you want them so much. It's crazy. So divine masculines are receiving. This is impressing upon them that it's not too good to be true. The energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to Source. The divine masculines have pushed. There's been a pushback here, but you, divine feminine, your worthiness has allowed you to temper that, to cause the masculines to question, why are they pushing away this level of love? And on their heart of hearts, they know they will never find anybody that's so theirs as you are. The kindness you show in yourself to not take it personally. This is the big kicker, divine feminines. The kindness you show and demonstrate through your life, if you've been rejected by your masculine, if your masculine has said this connection wasn't for them in some way, the kindness you've shown to self has caused you not to retaliate and to stay the course in your life, in self, even to not treat your masculine differently than you did before they pushed back. This shows them this is an unbreakable bond. Ooh, so the masculines have wondered. Sometimes they wonder if you care. And this is the biggest thing. Their insecurities have caused them, look at the color match. Their insecurities have caused them to wonder if people care. How will I know if someone really cares? And I'm getting divine feminines. This is on the heart space for you. This is like this is probably the most realistically core energy, practical energy I've ever channeled on the heart space here. And they have seen beyond a shadow of a doubt the remedy for wondering if someone cares. It's this kindness. It's this kindness. When you've gone through thick and thin, that you have remained consistent. Now they know you care. If they don't already, this is going to hit them. What are the masculines wishing for their life in this at this time to become more spiritual. Oh, ladybugs. There's ladybugs in here. I have seen so many ladybugs in the last little while. That's beautiful. And lizards, actually. So cool. But this is the Page of Wands. This is putting that Ten of Wands burden down. This is seeking higher guidance. This is asking for clarity. Wow. And communication. So they're starting to communicate on a higher level with everybody in their lives and from the heart and soul. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. That is that template of the violet flame to the magenta. Run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. This is praying without ceasing. This is walking in miracles. This is aligned with the higher knowing. This is dropped into the heart with that perception that is not defaulting simply to logic, but living in the heart. What would they say about this? Now is not the time in the reverse. So as they understand this, we're getting communication coming in. This blue, pardon me. Now is not the time. It's becoming closer to the time. This is giving me the soon feeling. And I'm being asked to pull a clarification. What do the feminines need to know about communication soon? Merkaba matrix, light body expansion, illuminated presence. The light has turned on and that will spread upon the world, I just heard. So as the masculines come into this clarity of the truth of these connections, the lights are going on and it's going to be spread across the world. There will be no corner of darkness that will not have this light shed on it, because when true love is present, there is no contest, I just heard. When true love illuminates connection, there is no naysaying energy that can come forward that stands a chance against the truth of the love. And this is going to be communicated. So I'm also getting that the masculines may be talking to certain family members, friends, in preparation for communicating to you, divine feminines, but also they may just be planning on communicating straight to you in these very sacred connections before the rest of the world. But there is this light coming in. What are the masculines doing or manifesting straight towards this connection? Six of Wands, public victory. Exactly. We are getting that preparation to bring this into public awareness. Be seen on the town together, hand in hand, I just heard. Ooh, belief. Gotta believe in it, divine feminines. It's coming. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. What did I say earlier? That this kindness that you've been able to exemplify to your masculine when they've shut this thing down, when they've tried to test it, when they've tried to poke and prod it to see what it was, your belief, divine feminine, has caused this surety and self-worth based on your gifts and talents and connection to source that hasn't rocked you. It hasn't phased you. You have stayed whole. You have proven that you are someone that they can depend on in a way they have never seen anyone be dependable, loyal. Oh, you just don't come across that every day. You're not fickle, divine feminine. And this has shown your masculine how to stay the course, how to love. This has taught them how to love. This is why they want to bring you into the public knowledge and say, this is my person. They want to shout it from the rooftops. I'm getting this message here that masculines don't care who would have anything bad to say about it, because you haven't cared when they've had anything bad to say about this connection. You've shown them how to handle that. If people were to say something bad about it, you have shown them what to do, how to move with grace. And so now they know what to do in that situation. If these unusual connections come to light, they're just going to do what their divine feminine has done, and they're just going to keep calm and carry on. What would they say to you? I still don't have all the answers. In the reverse. So this soon energy, they are starting to get these answers. This belief in love that you have demonstrated to them now equips them to handle this connection with friends and family. Oh my gosh. What are the masculine's actions in their lives at this time? The Hangman, they're coming out of this straitjacket that the universe put these connections in until they understood these epiphanies. We've been getting epiphanies for the last couple of weeks a lot. And so the masculines are continuing to have epiphanies as inspired by these connections. Third chakra, the solar plexus. This is where ego meets humility. The energy of solar plexus chakra helps us to realize who we are and what we want to be so we can set a course towards those goals. Yes, coming out of inaction and wanting to set a course towards this glow, this golden energy of forward movement that will forge through any obstacle. So they want to set a course towards our goals. I know this was meant to be third party or third person grammar here, but our unity, both the twins, towards our goals together is what the masculines are saying here. They want to move upon the world together with their feminine, empowered, humble, out of stagnation, out of the matrix, out of the worldly templates. They want to step out and show what love can be, what love was meant to be. I'm getting this 3, this higher knowing with the 2 that shall be left standing. And what would they say? I'm obsessed with your body. So it's in the reverse. They've finally gotten through the lust. They have been so enamored with you physically, divine feminines. I can hear some of you saying, no, not my body. Have you seen my body? No, divine feminines. You were created as a perfect match for your masculine. Every little bit, every inch, every square inch of you, divine feminine, is ideal for your masculine. But so much so that they were confused. They thought that this was all it was lust. Not because that's all you were worth, feminines, because you were so extraordinarily attractive to them, because your body responded to them in a way that they thought, oh, maybe you do that with everyone. So many layers of it. This is in the reverse to say they've seen your soul. They've chosen your soul. They know the love. They've seen your kindness. They've seen your self-love. They've seen your worthiness. They've seen your patience. They've seen your wholeness. You have demonstrated that you are not a body, divine feminine. You're not just this body. And now, instead of telling themselves and criticizing themselves for being a creep that just is into your physical, they see it's always been so much more, and they're allowing themselves that. And that's where the pleasure is deepening. This is where they're allowing themselves to receive you, because they see now you just haven't been this object. In no uncertain terms, the love that you've been giving them is because you are a love generator machine, and so are they. This is the irony, that they manifested you, you manifested them, and they are seeing that they're not just a creep for being this sexually aroused by you, this into you, for you being your body responding. Your body has been juicy, it's been lovely, and your masculine knows it. So that could be your energetic body, that could be your conscious, your etheric body, that could be your physical body. Whatever this magnetic pull was they were feeling, they've gone beyond that, and they now see that it was really love. They've stopped judging themselves for being inappropriately attracted to you. They understand now it wasn't a fluke, and it wasn't just them being a creep. They are actually drawn to your soul as they come through this disempowerment, this egoic way of looking at it. It's sinking in. The humble truth is you're a match. You're a perfect match. What are the masculine's actions towards these connections? Strength. Here's that empowerment. Again, this is the eternal love. So this is the beauty and the beast calming the devil energies. They have overcome the devil energies. This is the devil card in this tarot too, this obsession with you, divine feminine, with your body, with your sexuality, with this soul spark, with this sexual empowerment that they've received, that you've received through this connection. they are seeing that that's what a true match is like. The reason they've never been so obsessed with somebody or so enamored is because they've never had a connection like this. So it took them a little while to understand that it wasn't that they just went to a new level of creep. That they are allowed to love you and experience the pleasure. Your body was designed for them to experience this amount of pleasure, and this is what they want to jump off the roof, or jump from the rooftops, or jump up on top of the rooftops and shout. Sorry. Is this awareness that they've actually received this knowledge that the reason the chemistry is so strong is because you are their match. So the energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention on all aspects of the multidimensional world so that we can create the reality we truly choose. So we got that card about the multidimensionality. The very first card, consciousness and awareness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so we can include them in our reality. That one was talking about how masculines, you've become so career focused and driven and physically capable or mentally capable, and now you're realizing that you need to be emotionally capable and allow love in, that's super healing, and that you can create a version of reality that's actually a testament of the triumph of love. Like, this awareness is coming in where all those devil energies are falling away, and you masculines are allowing for the reality you choose to create. So the one that says, I'm not a creep for being this into my feminine, and that's not needy. That is a testament of a true match. But when we're not used to finding our true match, because there's just one, we can give all manner of negative assessment to that. But the masculines are choosing to create a reality they truly choose. And so they are redefining what this previous magnetic pull was to their feminine, and making it a strength, not a weakness. A strength, not a weakness. Wow. I just want you all the time. So they have wanted you all the time, this infinite love, and now they know why. What's the biggest challenge for the masculines? Five of Swords, their free will interpretations. Exactly, this flip-flop of, am I obsessed? Am I a pervert? Am I like a weirdo? Do I need this person? Am I desperate? What the heck? What the F has been going on here? That's their biggest challenge. They haven't known how to look at this. Tenderness. Yes, I saw this. I mentioned the word tenderness because I saw this card on the pre-shuffle and I was onto it. But this says, the energy of tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. Oh, I just heard you're in safekeeping with me now, Divine Feminine, because I get it. I understand it. So this is the challenge, is getting from this energy of obsession and inappropriate self-judgment to this understanding that this connection is a treasure and a gift worth having, tenderness and care. Like the Divine Masculines, once they soften into this version of the connection, they will never, ever, ever betray the feminine. They will not want anything other. They will want to celebrate this all the days of their lives. You know, I have a beautiful story. I'm sure that my great-grandmother was a twin flame. I remember growing up, and I heard one time a story that my great-grandma, every single day, my great-grandfather would bring her a present, whether it was a little pebble, a flower from the garden, a tea in bed. Every single day he would thank her for having chosen him. Every single day. I don't know if there are very many counterparts that can say that every single day of their, long marriage, long connection, that masculine showed up and offered a token of his appreciation every single day for her being in his life. I mean, that's a bar, but this is that same energy, this beauty that can be had each other with gentleness and care. Divine masculines, this is the challenge, to see what an extraordinary, this is nothing short of miraculous, that this level of love can exist, and that on the twin flame journey we are magnetizing this standard. What would they say? There is no one else. There is someone else in the reverse. So your divine counterpart may have been choosing between a couple of people. They may have thought that there was some sort of a potential to go a different way. This is saying they want to choose the one that activates their capacity to open their heart with gentleness and care, because it's truly reciprocated, not somebody that they lust after, that they desire, that might look good, that doesn't actually have the capacity to love them in exchange. This is the love of a lifetime, everybody, and your divine counterpart is the one person that understands there is no one that compares to you, and that they are allowing this to sink in. When people get that in their bones, there is no way to deny it. And that's the challenge here, divine masculines, is considering all of the things that have not produced fruit, looking at the hollow pursuits of the material survival and all of that, and really just looking at the energetic facts here. Your feminine loves you. They have remained the same. They have treated you with the same love even after there have been deal breakers or things that would wreck any relationship. They have remained consistent and in that seat of worthiness and love. Pay attention to that. That is worth all tenderness. What can we see as the solution? Ace of Pentacles, the new beginning in the physical. This is the activation of the physical dive into union, everybody. Oh, divine masculine. This is the body of the divine masculine. That's a 22 card. Okay, the frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Didn't I tell you, divine masculines have learned how to activate kindness? The feminines have shown the masculines how to activate kindness, to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to source. So yeah, divine masculines, this is the solution, is offering yourself through this kindness, and with the person, your divine feminine, who has shown you that in action. Your divine feminine has shown you this level of love in action and deed, and this is the solution. Go where you have found that in your life, divine masculine. There is nothing at the end of the day that matters more than that. Ooh, 15, another devil card in the reverse. You make me want to do bad things. So yeah, this has been like taming a dragon, divine masculine, because you have found that you have been so inspired, so tantalized, so hot and heavy, so lustful, so intense. This connection has been like a live wire. I'm seeing like a downed electrical wire snaking around and sparking everywhere. Grab that divine masculine. Don't okay, so I'm seeing this wire in my mind. It's a whole saga. I've got this wire sparking. I've got the divine masculine thinking about the options, like getting their buddy and throwing their buddy into the fire, that kind of thing, or all the manner of spastastic things the masculines have done to try and pretend like that live wire connection wasn't their gig, right? Like any kind of like, oh, I don't see it. Yeah, Bob, you go deal with that. Or I'm just gonna, I need my lunch break or a nap or whatever. And this is like, no, I don't want to do bad things. I want to grab that live wire connection by the neck and kiss it on the lips. That's what I just heard. So divine masculines, yes, you are bringing in this new beginning and you don't want to avoid or dismiss it anymore. How fabulous. Okay. What can we see for the direction in the near future? Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, so non-traditional. Got the Ten of Pentacles and the World in the reverse with the Queen of Pentacles. This is the wifey card. And yeah, super interesting because they're going towards this kindness, this nurture, but in a non-conventional way, unconventional way. They know these connections require an innovative approach, and that can mean that the previous marital contracts don't apply. So there can be unique living situations, unique circumstances, unique templates that work for both in a way that are not necessarily government sanctioned. Or historically the ownership, objectification, patriarchal templates, dowry system, where there is inequality in connections. So the masculines are to the drawing board here, but also divine feminines. This is about the home. This is living together in unconventional scenarios, or not living together and still being absolutely connected. This is like reinventing the relationship wheel for how to organize finances and lives and time, and bringing lives together is what I'm getting here. Authority in the reverse. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So instead of the objectification and ownership templates, there is this awareness of equality, but the natural organization of the feminine and masculine. So it's not about control or ownership. It is about inspiration and a natural affinity with the polarities. So there's a organic masculine feminine balance here that does not need an external authority to regulate the connection. That means opinions of family, friends, government. And it, from the inside out, it has a balance of power, direction, and realization, yet receptivity, wisdom, and love. So yes, it's genuine. 1-1. So there is this passionate new beginning coming in. We got the Ace of Pentacles, this Ace of Wands. So this is, taking it easy, taking it slow, and just heard good communication coming in. There's going to be some in-depth communication about what the needs are, what the wants are. These connections need to come together for the greater good. They're not needy of each other. And so there's a genuine desire to create stability, true stability for the long term, by not squishing the fire out of each counterpart. So there are going to be some beautiful contemplations about what true nurture, passion, balance will look like going forward. It's like having a roundtable discussion on what are the needs, considerations of each of the parties involved, and how can that look, how can we solve those things together instead of falling into tradition and not really being satiated in the relationship, or having it be a slow tailspin over time. What do we need to factor in to maintain autonomy going forward, strength, stability, the love, the passion? How do we keep ourselves and not lose ourselves? What would that require, everyone? What would that look like? Okay, what a beautiful reading. I'm going to do a feminine deep dive also eventually. So many blessings. Bye for now.